So here's a video of my yard. And so now I'm gonna do a fruit tree video. Here's the cactus. I have cactus running alongside the fence. Seems to do better when it's placed on the north and west areas of property. Here's my apricot tree. It's already flowered. I don't know if the frost could have damaged the fruit, but we have had some days with frost. Here's my mulberry, white fruiting mulberry tree. So we planted that like 4 years ago, and also this apricot tree we planted 4 years ago. Here I have my peach tree. This one has flowered first. There's another peach tree. This one's Alberta peach tree. This one is desert gold. So these are good peach trees that will grow here in the desert with even though it does get really cold here, it's a lower chill hour than some other varieties. Here I have a Dorset golden apple tree, and it has flowered for the first time. This might be its second or third year. And I've already pruned all my fruit trees because everything is starting to leaf out and flower. And so here's another apple tree that has done really poorly. This one was planted at the same time as that Dorset golden apple right here. And these jujubes, I've got a jujube lang and a jujube lee. They nickname them Chinese date, because when the fruit dries on it, it'll stay on the tree, and it dries up kind of like a date, but when it's fresh, it's more of like an apple texture, and it has a really unique flavor. And here I have one pomegranate and another pomegranate that I haven't gotten fruit from yet. So hopefully this year. And those were actually transplanted from seed from one of our friends' houses. And here we have a goji berry bush, which I didn't think was gonna make. I didn't think it was gonna make it, but look, it has leaves. So I get so excited when the trees start showing life. And so I like to cover my stuff with mulch and leaves because it helps to insulate the roots, to keep them from freezing in the winter, and then in the summer it keeps the water from evaporating so quickly, and it also provides food for the worms and the decomposers down there in the dirt. So this is a raspberry. I believe it's a thornless variety. Anyways, it's still alive, to my surprise. And here's a mulberry, a Pakistan fruiting mulberry that I planted maybe 3 years ago. And some of these trees I planted from what they call bare root, which is they're dormant, so they deliver them and they don't have any soil, and it's just the bare root, and so that makes it so it's less of a transplant shock when you plant it, and so it has a higher success rate for it to succeed and live. So this one had died back last year, so it had all this growth, and then came the winter, it had died back all the way down to the roots. So last year it sprung up again, and so this year, thank God, I don't know if it had to do anything with me putting leaves on it to protect the roots, or if the roots are now more established, and I believe we'll be getting fruit from these tall branches because they're not dead. So I'm excited to eat the fruit off this because we've only gotten like 3 fruits off that. But this white fruiting mulberry gets tons of fruit. And this is a cherry tree. And it is a royal cherry. And I think the other one that died back, and so I had to cut it down, might have been a royal lang. I don't know. Anyways, I needed both of them for them to fruit. Royal lang and royal lee. It's almost like those jujube trees, lee and lang. And so this cherry tree has a requirement of low chill hours, so that's why it's able to fruit here, but I haven't gotten any fruit from it yet. And there's more cactus down there. We like to eat cactus. These are edible ones. And here are 2 peach trees that I just planted 2 weeks ago. A Babcock white peach that came bare root, and actually this is an aprium, so it's an apricot mixed with a plum. It's a hybrid. And so I planted those 2. And I'm thinking of moving. I have a peach tree over here that has flowered out and is starting to leaf out, but I'm thinking of finding a different spot for it, digging it up and finding a different spot for it, because my plans have changed. I've added this on the ground raised growing area that I would like to grow vegetables and root crops from. And this is kind of in the way. And so how most of these trees get watered is from my washer water that comes from over there. And so I did a whole irrigation coming out of that to each tree. And I missed one. Fig trees don't do really well here unless you protect them or have more warmth for them. I don't know if this one will spring back, but it dies back because it gets so cold. But hopefully all these leaves help it not to die back as far to the bottom. So that's my front yard fruit trees. I have most of my fruit trees in the front yard. And here's Pumpkin. She keeps the mice away. Pumpkin. 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 She was a gift. She was given to us. She's so precious. So now, let's go to the back. Excuse my mess, we were filling up trays with soil. Here are my trays for the seedling transplants. 72 and 50. These are for peppers, tomatoes, the bigger plants like squash, cucumbers. My beautiful sage plant that I just transplanted. It's got some little bugs on it. But this one's super good. You could use sage for like colds and flus. Put it in teas, you could cook with it. And so my 3 other fruit trees are back here. It's a peach. This is a Shinesky Asian pear, but That might be gone. That might be done for. And then this is a spicy nectar plum. So it's a hybrid. It's a mix between a nectarine and a plum. And that one's still alive. And here are the chickens. Good morning, chickens. Have you laid any eggs? Good morning, chickens. It sounds like they're talking back. Ooh. Don't peck them. No, no, no. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, she's protecting the eggs. As if we don't need them. You guys need water. I need to do a water nipple system like Sammy did, because this one, when it gets cold, the water freezes, and so then it readjusts. I don't know, something, these get loose, and so the water doesn't drip the same. It'll just start constantly dripping. So I had a float valve running to this bucket with a 1/4-inch line coming from my spigot, and so I'm using this water for now, because anyways in the winter that doesn't work, so I need to just add water nipples to this bucket, to the bottom of this bucket, so they can have water to drink, clean water, like Sammy has set his up. Alright, so that's all the fruit trees I have. And oh, my chicken got away. Come here, chicken. Come here. Oh. Alright. So the next video I'll be making is just talking about how much my irrigation system, my legit irrigation system, is gonna cost, and I'll show you guys different prices and how I'm gonna shop around for this stuff, and because I like to compare prices to see what's the best deal I can get, and if it means that I have to order from different places to get my stuff, then I will do that. So that's gonna require me to dig a trench all the way from over there, because that's where the irrigation valve is that I need to dig up, down this way, around to the other side, and so that'll be for another video. So if you have any questions about fruit trees, I like to buy mine from groworganic.com, and we have tried growing citrus here, and when we plant them outside, they freeze in the winter. They don't do too well. I'll show you guys what a citrus looks like out here if you plant it outside. This is what it'll look like. So we have planted, previous to this, an orange tree, a lime tree, and they didn't live. They died in the winter. And so we did grow some even in the greenhouse, but now the greenhouse is not heated. I took the heater out, and this is what the citrus looks like inside a greenhouse with no heater when our temperatures drop to 0. I don't know if those things are still alive, but the top is not. And here's a lime tree. So yeah, that's citrus here in Peru. You have to, if you want to grow it, you have to grow it inside and take it outside in the winter and to get some light And so yeah. Oh, here's a date palm that grew from seed. We're not sure if this is a male or a female, but we'll soon find out. I want to transplant this and take it out of this pot and put it over there. And so that worm bin, that's a worm bin right there. That's my worm compost. That's gonna get moved too. Anyways, here's the cactus. This is where I first started my cactus, because where I had planted it, the chipmunks were getting to it, so I just put my cactus down in there, and sure enough, it started to grow. And so it's been in there for about 3-4 years now, and I love these nopales. They have lesser thorns, or whatever you call these things. The pricklies. And the mint is starting to come up. I planted mint in there last year. And so there it is starting to come up. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. Hopefully I can upload it the right way to where you guys can do that. Here's a chicken playing with the cat. Like, share, subscribe, as Ellie would say. If I don't say that, she's gonna be upset. Have a good day.